Another edition of FraudTax Audio. We're sitting here with Zoe and Levi from Gumball Machine. What's up, guys?
Hey.
What's going on? How was the new year so far?
It's good. We're working on a new music video
Yes.
for our song that we're going to release soon. I'm a white woman and I do what I want.
Okay.
We're going to go to Detroit and have a drag queen play the white woman.
Okay.
Should be good.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. So how long have you guys been Gumball Machine?
I don't know.
Since like September-ish 2015, maybe summer 2015. Right? That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think the first song was done by September, and we'd worked on it for a little while, so probably summer or spring 2015.
Okay.
We were like, let's do it. Kind of started off mostly as just like a joke or playing around, but then, I don't know.
Now it's an expensive.
still a
It's
joke.
an expensive joke.
It's still a
It is
joke.
an expensive joke.
I mean, it's a very funny joke. I mean, not funny joke. It's a very good joke. You guys' music is pretty good.
Thank you.
I hear a lot about your performances, and like obviously your online presence is very there. So
Our one performance.
We had
Technically, we had two. Technically.
I heard about the one at Pilam.
Yeah, that one was the better one.
It worked. It actually worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works. Talk about like the influence you guys have for like your music and stuff. Like, what do you enjoy together, and maybe what do you enjoy individually that makes you guys a good duo?
I feel like influence-wise, Levi really introduced me to pop music. I didn't listen to or really have a lot of respect for kind of mass-produced pop music, but he kind of showed me the artistry in that. And then, I don't know, it's mostly just pop music. We also get inspired by 80s pop music because nobody sings in it. They just kind of
Real.
weirdly talk.
Yeah.
And so we do that. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I'd always been really into pop music, and then Zoe was very much into sort of, I don't even know what, just like alternative sort of indie rock that had a pop flavor. And I had to like persuade her that there's artistry in pop music and artifice and building the character and a persona beyond just the actual music itself.
A lot of the songs are more like influenced by stuff that like we've read or like paintings or something
That's
than
true.
actual musicians. Like we read Sexual Persona by Camille Paglia, and that
boy.
was what the first album was based on, even though it doesn't seem like that at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that is at all, but it sounds interesting.
She's like an angry
Oh, Camille.
lesbian who critiques culture, starting from like ancient Egypt to the 70s.
That's like Madonna and George Lucas.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
And then she just has really weird ideas about like gender. I don't know.
She really worships beauty and sees the value.
She worships
and
beauty, but she
sees it as
also
almost holy.
worships masculine power, which is
Yeah.
kind of contrary to what other people think.
Also the divine feminine, but
Yeah.
in a more critical way.
So like I don't know. I have this idea that I want to make ideas that are smart sound really kind of stupid and palatable, kind of like the spoonful of sugar. So I think like, oh, I want to make a song like critiquing, like for Pussy Market, we were kind of critiquing how guys act like assholes on Tinder and like act like they have all the power when there's way more like women get way more messages and they still kind of act really sexist in casual sex settings, and just that.
Yeah.
I feel like a revolution's coming, like with the internet. Like you don't get stoned to death for being promiscuous, and just women have more power of selection. But I wanted the song to be just really dancey and seem like not that involved.
It's so funny looking back at that moment, like building that song and how much like theory was involved in orchestrating every lyric and everything, and like taking everything so seriously, like sciencing it out. And then you listen to it and it's just like, whoa.
Pussy sounds like macaroni and cheese.
It does.
That's awesome though. So you like really do take a lot of time to think about what you want in the song. It's like, do you get political? Do you think you get political about it?
Yeah, but I want to like when people know they're being like people are trying to teach them something,
Yeah,
they check
yeah.
out. So I
Yeah.
try to make it like as entertaining as
Yeah.
possible.
Yo,
And
I
like
definitely
we'll
fuck with
write
that.
something, and then we'll be like, we need to dumb it down.
This
like,
is a manifesto, Zoe.
yeah, that's what he tells me every time. He's like, this is not a song. This is a manifesto. So
Yeah.
we just make it less manifesto-y over time.
Okay, hell yeah.
The good ones start as manifestos, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you guys meet? Like, how did you guys meet?
So my boyfriend at the time threw me a surprise party, and he just was in the house. And then, are you comfortable with me telling this?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So then, at my party, I was like, anyone who wants to trip the next day,
Oh, I'm
I bought
sorry.
like a sheet of acid.
Okay.
Come through. And then he came through, and we were like in this fort together for like 18 hours, if not more. And I don't know, we just like started. He just played pop music videos on a huge projector, and like I convinced him that we needed to go to Wawa and order only things that were pink and like wear temporary tattoos on our forehead to try and freak the Wawa people out. We bought like pink bubble gum and strawberry milk, and they didn't care. But then after that, we were pretty much like best friends
It
from that
seems
day
at all.
forward.
Yeah. I showed up early for a happy hour, and then they were like, "What are you doing here? This is a party." And I was like,
I didn't know that part.
"I don't know. I'm here. I don't know where else to be. I don't know anybody in the city. I just arrived."
And you're like, fuck it, let's start making music together.
We mostly just like got high and watched Yu-Gi-Oh for the first 6 months that we were friends, and then after many acid trips, we somehow got the idea to try and make music, but I can't pinpoint when or like why we decided to do that. Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Yeah, no. The original concept was like, it was supposed to be like a pop opera about like a
right.
little white girl in 2000 something 7 that like sells her soul to like a space demon in order to be famous, and then she like breaks the contract and the demon like eats her, and obviously now has nothing to do with that. So like I don't know.
Boy was on that album. That one eked out.
Yeah,
Somehow that one turned out to be a miracle. I think it was the first song we did.
it was the second one.
This doesn't reach too far.
It's certainly still.
Yeah, out of that
top
opera, one of the songs was good.
Can
And
you
then
scoot down a little bit?
yeah.
for me?
Sure.
Get that microphone a little bit more.
One of the songs was good out of like God knows how many.
No, they're good. If you go read those lyrics, they're good.
I don't know about that, but okay.
They're incoherent, but there's something in it, you know.
We
It's like
recorded a whole
scrying.
first album. We tried to record it in one day, and we hadn't practiced it before.
Oh, I feel bad for the audio engineer.
Yeah, and we didn't pay him.
That was bad.
But we're still friends somehow. I'm still friends with him.
So you think it was a good project still?
We learned that music takes more work than we thought.
Yeah.
You can't record a whole album in one day.
Yeah.
But you had to learn that so you can know how to do that later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. How much did the culture of like Pilam influence you guys? It's like, cause I look on Instagram and then I see all of the photo shoots, which you guys should be applauded for. It should be an award for that. 'Cause, like no one has that many like curated photo shoots in that amount of time, but just whatever.
Yeah, we've slowed up. We gotta get back on that. I think Pilam influenced us a lot because everyone was just in this mindset that they could do anything, and that we were surrounded by so many people who made art. I had never made music or done any sort of visual art of any kind before Pilam.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, everyone's very supportive and excited. A lot of people that we collabed with were either Pilam brothers or people we met through Pilam. So like something we didn't know how to do, we could find someone who
somebody
was
to
willing
do
to
it.
collaborate with us, and we learned more things that way. Our first
That's
sound
true.
engineer was a Pilam brother. The person who directed our first music video was a friend of the house, and the second music video was a Pilam
Is that
brother.
Halftime?
Yeah, it was
Shout
Halftime.
out Halftime.
So I don't think I would have ever done a lot of things without Pilam, but definitely not
Absolutely.
make music. And of course, it was a great space to like do things. And the first video was just in my room in Pilam, and most of the early photo shoots are just in rooms in Pilam.
Yeah.
Like the photo shoot we did that has all the plastic balls glued to the
Yeah,
wall.
yeah.
We just glued them to the wall in Pilam because we could do that.
That one was kind of cool and was definitely influenced by Pilam because we built it with just the plastic balls on the wall, and then we left it, and then we come back to it, and it's somebody splashed paint all over it,
Yeah.
and we're like, what the fuck? There's PBRs all over it, and somebody's painted all over it. It stinks now. There's flies in here.
Oh,
And
there
then
were
we
so
were
many
just like,
flies.
let's just, we have this paint they use. We made the suits to match the walls, and then
The
it was
paint
better
was
than it
still
would have ever
there.
been.
So we didn't even have to buy it.
Yeah.
We bought like white suits at a thrift store, and then we splashed the leftover paint on them and took pictures
There
in
you
front of
go.
it. And those are some great photos. So yeah,
We are.
it was cool watching it like decay.
Yeah.
Fun fact on Tinder, there's a lot of people who've taken photos in front of those balls for their Tinder bio, and I get people to like, if they find them, to like send them to me.
You compile them.
Yeah, but I lost them on my old phone. I gotta find them again. There's even another band that took like an album photo there.
Oh my god.
What were
yeah,
they called? Like
I don't
Snakebite or
remember.
something?
I
Or
don't know.
Snake?
They got sued and had to change
They
that
got
name.
sued. So
But
I
it
don't-
was so cool. You go to their Facebook and their cover photo is
Was
them
some-
in our art piece.
And I was like, wow, I never
cool.
thought of myself as making art that anyone else would like. It was cool that people like
Yeah.
interacted with it and liked it.
Yeah.
And it cost like, what, like $10 for the balls?
It was
That's
really
what's up.
cool. It was like it was a living piece.
Yeah, I've seen people get active. Like when I was there, like around that time when I saw it there, I didn't know it came from like you guys until I saw the Instagram and like that. I was like, whoa. And then but I just know a lot of people that was like, yo, I should get a photo in this right here, and like just seeing that happen is pretty cool. That whole area, like Pilam, which is like I don't know, I never seen anything like it before, and like this coming out of that is just like I don't know, it's a good example of like the product of a good art space, it's freedom.
I really wish we could have something like that again, but
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. A lot of great people, I think, that are gonna really go somewhere have come out of it.
It's true.
Like the guy who made our second video, Nick Morgan, has made so many cool music videos for people, and I feel like he's definitely gonna be
talented.
someone who's famous someday for sure.
Hey. What's up? So moving on, where are you from, Zoe?
I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I don't know. I feel like that's like I brought some of that to the band in terms of like really caring about street fashion and like seeing people do a lot of weird things from an early age. My parents used to take me to an art space as a kid called Rubelarb that was pretty similar to Pilam, except people that were out of college. So like, I don't know. I think people think I like rebelled against my family, but they're still like party animals. Like I'm basically just exactly like them. And then I corrupted Levi.
Yeah, kind of.
With LSD.
Where were you from? Where'd you hail from?
I'm from Central PA, and I definitely brought some of that with me too, I guess.
How so?
This by being a cornball most of the time. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I was mostly just really looking to get away, and I think that is an energy that I brought, sort of just that flight. I was so aware that culture in real life was happening in the cities, and I'd just been dying to get into it.
Yeah.
So it was really exciting to arrive in a real city and not a...
Did you come to the city for school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, he used to like hold open doors for me all the time when we met, and I was like, what is this? He's like, my grandma taught me to always hold open doors for a woman. I'm like, where are you from?
There you go.
Town. I tell him he's from the town from Footloose because they don't sell liquor on Sundays. And
After a certain time.
I wore a crop top to Walmart, and he said I was exposing myself.
That was indecent.
In the city. That's awesome. Well, can I ask you, would you guys study in school, or do you not want to get into that?
I was honestly high for most of college, but I ended up with a degree in urban studies, and how that went is my advisor was like, you need to pick a major. Do you realize you have all the credits for urban studies but one? And I was like, okay, no, but I guess I'm going to get a degree in urban studies. So that's how that went.
Yeah, I studied gender studies and gender theory for most of school, and by the end I had a pretty sour experience of it, and I was like, I need to find a real degree that will hire me. I worked too hard to get a toy degree in gender studies.
Mhm.
So I got a sociology degree, which is a slightly more expensive toy.
Yo, I feel like I read a lot of his books for gender studies, and we talk about it a lot.
It was
Like
important.
the early classes were really cool, and I think that really influenced the band honestly more than
It did.
anything else, because I was learning about all this stuff for the first time.
Yeah.
And I don't know, we even ended up taking a gender studies class together, and then working on the album during that
Yeah.
time.
Oh yeah. So you guys saying that like you're learning throughout school and like all of the different things everybody goes through when they go to college kind of like
Oh, yeah.
formed
Yeah.
a lot of it's cool, refined and solidified. It's always a cool experience, and I'm glad like one of these I wouldn't say glad, but it's cool to see that this can come out of that kind of experience, especially now. Like I feel like in the last 5 years it's been like a kind of a super explosion of consciousness on like studies like gender and like identity, and people are like becoming very like aware of who they are, and they're like not afraid to like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I never heard of anything, and then I don't know. It made me think deeply about stuff in my life, like, oh, why do I like feel super uncomfortable around guys most of the time? It's because of all these expectations and shit. I always thought it was like a personal thing.
Yeah.
So then I got angry once I realized that it wasn't my fault that these things kept happening to me, and then I
You wrote
needed
the album.
the anger to go somewhere,
Yeah.
and so it went into the album.
This is music. What's some crazy? No, I wanted to ask you about Cupcake
Oh yeah.
and this crazy ass video that
Oh
you
my
guys have.
God.
How did this come about?
So Cupcake at the time was like a niche, very niche gay. Like she was kind of like coming up, and she had a thing like, "Oh, I'll do a feature on your song for like $200."
And I was like, I just got my tax return.
Yeah, so we spent
So
we spent his tax return on it, and she did a bunch of features, but I think she really vibed with like the message of the song, because like she's dealt with a lot of sexist shit, and like she made so many verses. She basically took over the song.
that was kind of our goal.
Which was
to
like,
censor the
which was
talent.
great, yeah. And like people will still comment that they think it's a Cupcake song, which to me is a compliment. And yeah, so like for $200 that included a video appearance, or so we
Wow, that was a deal.
saved all our money. And
It was more than $200.
how much was it?
I don't want to say.
It would be a bargain compared to however much that could possibly be.
Yeah.
Now. But like I don't know, and then we drove out to Chicago and like saved all our pennies to film the entire video in somebody's Airbnb,
Okay.
in somebody's house.
Oh, it is somebody's Airbnb.
And like now, that would never happen because she's so huge.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a once in a lifetime.
We went to the library and used the poster printer and printed out a giant poster
Yeah,
of her.
we used shout out to Pen
and we
Print
just
Labs.
like strapped a portrait of Jesus to the roof and like covered it with
Yeah.
the poster.
We got like a big frame, so there's like a huge painting of Jesus, and I went to get it with my friend. They thought I was like a Christian couple with him, and then we just glued a giant selfie of her into the frame. And not to blow up Cupcake's spot, but she's actually like completely straight edge and religious in real life, and she was like very uncomfortable with the fact that we had glued
They
a
had
picture over
Jesus.
Jesus. Yeah.
That's funny.
It's interesting because like she pretended to be drunk on Snapchat like 20 minutes after we filmed that, but like we offered her like we got liquor and weed,
Yeah.
and she was like,
She's
no,
like,
I
nah.
don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do anything like that.
Wow.
I'm just focused on like that bag,
That's definitely dope.
like
though.
Future. He pretends to be on drugs.
This is a funny part of
She
Atlanta.
just acts wild, but I guess she never implied she was actually drunk.
It's a funny part of Atlanta. It's like a TV show when they have like this dude's like this rapper, and he's like, oh, acting crazy and all this music, and then like in the studio, another rapper comes over and like, yo, we got the Henny and the weed and the guns, and he's like, no, actually, I don't do any of that. I'm just like a cool guy, just making music. It's funny. And then sometimes you gotta, I guess, like, it's kind of after you do something for so long, right? Like you make music or you study or whatever. like to put off the persona and facade that like you like get all fucked up and crazy and stuff like that. It's probably hard to maintain. Like even though it's just partying, partying should be easy. Like all I gotta do is party. Then you can't party and then do your craft that you work super hard on.
Yeah, I think honestly the band made us sober up.
Yeah.
Like we were just like complete stoners, and then you can't make music and be stoned 100% of the time.
Well,
so like
you've got something real to do.
yeah, so like
You don't wanna
we
drink as
completely
much.
cut back for the music, and that's the same with like everything else we were doing too.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it's made us straighten up weirdly.
Is that like a positive step in your opinion?
I think it is. I mean, you can't do something forever, and like it's more fun. Like it's more fun to like be sharp enough to work on a project than be completely high.
Sometimes I feel like my edge comes from the fact that like I didn't sleep for 3 days. So I was like, you know, crazy.
Put you in a different space for sure.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, that's where my edge comes. That's where anger comes from. It's like, then I'm like, no, actually, it's like being able to be in touch with those emotions that make you that way or make you feel like you need to do that. That's more important than actually spending 3 days. Because after that 3 days, it's like 2 weeks that you don't feel the same. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I'll trip and I'll get a lot of ideas, and then over that month, like some of them will take shape, but then I'll be completely sober that month.
Right.
I think getting yourself to that sort of headspace, though, is really important for producing those ideas.
Yeah, I don't think
having
if
them in
we
the first place.
hadn't tripped, like we would have started the band. But then if we had kept tripping, we wouldn't have done anything.
They would never do anything with like the idea. It's like getting high and like having like a billion ideas in 3 hours, instead of like not being high and like being able to like actually process the functionality of 3 ideas in an hour. You know? It's like,
Now I feel like I'm better at thinking of ideas when I'm sober.
Yeah.
Because it's like a muscle. You like do it enough, you just can keep
You have to
doing
work
it.
on it.
Yeah.
What's in the future for Gumball Machine?
Well, we're
next?
we've been working on an album. We're working on this music video to come out soon.
Yeah.
We want to do more shows. We were gonna. It would seem like we could do one in Detroit, and now apparently the song "White Woman" was too much.
Too much.
No, it turned out that we misbooked our tickets, and it was also an open mic night. It wasn't a show.
It's fine. I like the narrative.
That's good for
that
footage, though. That's
I'm
good for
too cool for
content.
school. But like I don't know, it'd be nice to get more shows, and I'm hoping to do that. I'm also hoping to do some more ambitious photo projects. It's kind of been like a lull, but I have a lot of ideas. I've been workshopping for a while, and the balls thing has really inspired me to do bigger installations, sort of, and like maybe even have something that after the photos, I don't know if we'd ever get into a gallery or something, but something that we can share as a physical thing.
Yeah. There's those things all over Philly that have like, they're just like spots where someone did an installation and then everyone comes and takes photos in it and shit. Or like at Mission Taqueria, and that has like the big heart thing. The Eat Me, You're Hot thing. You know how many people go in there every day just for a photo with that heart? I'm like, wow. This is like...
I just want to like do as many kinds of art as possible. We're also looking into making clothes and doing fashion.
Okay.
For photos, but then also for performances.
Yeah.
Like I love to thrift, and I thrift a lot of our performance outfits. But I'm like, sometimes we've started to have ideas that like we can't actually find. So, like he wants to make like a mask out of a pelvic bone and like put it on his face. Like I don't know.
That sounds dope. I can see you guys like did the same, like the cheetah print T-shirt.
Oh, this
like,
was
I didn't
coincidence.
That was a coincidence.
Absolutely. It just happened.
Coincidence is that I bought both of these shirts.
Well, that's true.
So, you guys looking to do any kind of performances in Philly?
We want to. It's like hard because like we don't really know anybody, and like I don't know. It seemed like we were maybe going to be a part of a show that was mostly drag, but I feel like the drag community is very much about drag.
Well, that's how it should be.
Yeah, but like I don't know. Like I feel like one challenge is Philly doesn't really have a big pop music scene. Like there's the DIY scene, and like that's pretty like vibrant. There's drag, there's burlesque, but we're kind of we don't play instruments on stage, so we try to entertain people.
Yeah.
But we also like are doing original songs, so it's hard to find a niche where like somebody wants to see that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, Pilam was great for it, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
Like, where's the stop between Pilam and then like voyeur?
Yeah,
You know?
where is it?
Like, where do you like where are the parties in between there? Like, where do people hang out?
Yeah, I
You
don't
find that,
know.
like, thing. I don't know.
We'd love to do another show.
Let's fucking find that shit though. That should be because you on the horn.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, like, because we
be-
don't play any instruments, I try to like, okay, every second we're on stage, we need to be doing something that's worth people looking at us.
yeah.
And so I throw as many ideas at the wall as possible. But the megaphone thing was like, I wanted to be like for Fuckboy. We had the idea because we were working with a choreographer for like every other song, and then she quit like right before that, and just like would not work with us anymore, and like nothing I said
Why'd
would
she
change
quit?
her
If
mind.
you don't mind me asking.
We have no idea. Like I paid her consistently for each song. I worked around. I came to her. It was on her schedule, and just I don't know.
You think
she
she's
just
intimidated by
soured
the
on me.
vision?
Probably not. I don't know. Well, one problem working with other artists is just they're temperamental people sometimes. So like I had to pull like the last song out of my ass, and so instead of choreography, we tried to do some, and then I was like, I'll be the fuckboy police. Like I'll like write people tickets for being fuckboys and like arrest Levi for being a fuckboy and have him vape and stuff and like just yell at people.
It's just being.
And then that
myself.
was pretty much one of the best songs.
It definitely was,
Honestly.
yeah.
I was just trying to like fill time and like hold people's attention. And yeah, I think that was one of my favorite numbers, honestly, besides Instagram, which I thought also went really well. And that was
Yeah.
I really
a
like that
different
song.
choreographer.
Instagram ruined my life. What was it? I'm gay and Instagram ruined my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely been our most
Like, makes you
popular
want to click
song.
on it. It's like I have to hear. What you're saying. Like,
That I did start writing while I was tripping. And then,
Are you sure?
yeah, some of it. Because you were on BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed had an article called "I'm Gay and Instagram's Ruined My Life," and it was about some guy who was like obsessed with his hot neighbor's Instagram, and it was like a really non-problem. And I was thinking like, wow, we've come so far that like you can be gay and you're claiming the thing that's ruining your life is that you're staring at hotter people than you on Instagram. So then I told Lee, I was like, Levi, your problem would be you'd be on Instagram too much because you're too good looking. And then from then came the song, and that's been the one that I think the most people relate to and like. Somebody played it for like a LGBT night at Six Flags,
Oh,
and
really?
there's just like 6 drunk gay people dancing at
There were
Six
6
Flags,
people in all of Six Flags. And they were all
dancing to
there.
this song.
that song.
His friend that's a drag queen has done a performance to it. Adam Joseph made a remix of it. And that seems to be the thing that connects with people the most. But I'm like, shoot, I don't know how to ever do that again.
How to top it.
It's
Yeah.
just fun. It's a
Yeah,
fun
I don't
song.
know. It just was like a whim. I'm not tapped into gay male culture like that.
I like that song because it's about being gay, but it's not about sex or relationships at all. It's about the other aspects. And the thing is, any gay person knows, you know you're different in ways long before sexuality sets in.
Mm-hmm.
It happens in childhood. And I don't know, this feels like something that acknowledges that it's more than just being different because of the sex that you have. There's, it's something else. And it's about like gay culture and not just relationships.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Some things I was thinking of is we used to like, I don't know, reveal secrets, follower farms. So like we'd like random like gay dude selfies.
Yeah,
of-
farming.
And I would a lot of the times it would be me that was doing it, and I would like see the same poses like over and over again, and they were interesting to me. And then, wow, I'm getting drunk. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, but the other thing I like about Instagram is like everyone can have their own art gallery
Yeah.
for free, and people can see it. And like I don't know, I view our Instagram as kind of like a virtual gallery that
Yeah.
people can look through. And that's not something people had before, for people to be able to see things you're working on. If you had like a garage band or you're making art in your house, probably very few people would see it. Even these gay kids that are really young can share what they're doing with everybody.
Right.
and we can like
It is cool.
see their whole body of work. So like I know people think of selfies as like vain, but I think even those are art and like artful. So that's why like some of the lyrics were like, I'm my own muse and artist. Like I'm the subject of my work, but I'm also the creator of my work. I love vanity. I think it gets a bad rap. I think it's a positive thing.
I love Andy. I think it gives. It
That's
gives
a
better
big.
rap.
That's a
It's
big
okay.
theme on the first album.
Yeah.
It's just like positive vanity.
Yeah.
There's that song. There's I Go to the Gym, which is like about feeling like hot because you're going to the gym and fucking yourself, which is a favorite activity of mine.
What would you say your favorite time era is? 'Cause I'm getting like a. Like I wanna see if you guys like. What is your like when it comes to music and stuff like that? Like as far as influences or like if you could live in some era and do what you're doing now.
Oh my god, any era that's not the present scares me. But I think it's like 50% 80s, 50% early 2000s, like garbage pop. Would you agree?
I guess so. Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Like we're like, I don't know, we love like Kesha and Britney, and then we also love like Frankie Goes to Hollywood and like, I don't
Dead
know.
or Alive.
Yeah.
Pete Burns.
Yes,
Just
Pete Burns.
entire
Pete Burns is
existence.
my favorite person
Okay.
from Dead or Alive. He had the song "I'll Spin You na na na
Okay.
right round" and like no other song. But I love him so much. He like I don't know. He got he like seemingly platonically married a woman that had the exact same look as him in the 80s, and then he like became more feminine over the course of his life and met his husband. But then when he died, apparently his ex-wife and his husband were both living in his house. And like people would like ask him like, "Are you trans? Are you
What are you doing?
transvestite?"
Yeah.
And he'd just be like, "Fuck off." And, like, I don't know. He's on Celebrity Wife Swap, and they didn't know what to do, so they made him switch with the wife, even though he's a man, because they were just like. And then he's like, "I would hate to be a woman. I just like the accessories." Like I don't know. He always would fuck with people. And I liked his music and his personality. He's like, I don't know. I try to do that with some of our photos. It's just gender questionable.
But then definitely a lot of the flavor of like Heidi Montag making music, reality
Yes.
stars getting into. You can purchase your way into being a musician.
I love that.
Yeah.
And now, what does it cost? It costs however much it costs to pirate Ableton and
Nothing.
get a microphone. And we started with our friend's microphone from
Rock
the video
Band
game
mic.
Rock Band.
Oh really?
Yeah, you just plug it into the laptop and it works.
I love
didn't
Heidi
know,
Montag.
I didn't know that at all.
Shout out to Superficial Bitch, an underappreciated song that I really still want to cover. Can we cover it for this album?
Do we have to pay for that?
I don't know.
We can put it on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Yeah. SoundCloud.
Superficial Bitch,
Yeah.
the best phoned in pop song. Some people say I'm superficial, they say I'm a bitch, but they're just, jealous because I'm sexy and rich. That's the chorus of
I
Superficial
like
Bitch.
that.
Yeah. They don't want to see you succeed.
I like the content of you guys. Like I like the lyrics and stuff, and it's definitely cool to hear you like thinking about it 10 times more than like the average person does going into writing music. She's just like.
I feel like the more we think about it, the less it seems like we think about anything.
We should think less.
Hell yeah. So give us folks to everywhere we can find you guys' content online and stuff like Instagram, SoundCloud, you know.
We have a Spotify, which is Gumball
Oh,
Machine.
Spotify.
We have a SoundCloud, which is that Gumball Machine
Gumball
Music?
Machine. I think it's, I don't know. If
Is
you
it
look
Gumball
it up.
Machine Music or whatever?
I don't actually
Gumball
know.
Machine. We don't know we're on SoundCloud. And then we have an Instagram, which is Gumball Machine Music, which we do our like visual things. And is our YouTube Gumball Machine Music?
I think it's just called Gumball Machine. I think there's two of them. We should fix that.
The Instagram is Gumball Machine Music, I know.
Yeah, Gumball
Okay, we
Machine
should know
Music
we're on
Instagram.
YouTube, but we have that.
Well, if you look it up, it'll come up after.
I love
Oh
the
no,
video.
you have no idea how much Gumball Machine stuff comes up on YouTube. So I looked up you guys.
You have to look up a song title.
Okay.
Why did we name our band after an option? That's such a
You
bad
can be.
idea.
It's
It's
like
cute.
a lot of
It's
Gumball
good.
machines aren't as expensive as you think they are. Because I'm like looking, I'm like, wow, you can
There's
get
a
like
lot of Gumball Machine content.
this
But yeah,
space,
I like the. I don't know. It was fun making videos. I think that's my favorite thing to
That's
do.
the best, the most
It's
fun.
the best thing to do.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you guys for talking with us. Shit. It was good to have you on. Good to give everybody the deets about what you guys are doing. Hope you guys keep continuing strong and shit.
Yeah, hopefully White Woman comes out soon. We're literally recording it like right after this.
Hell yeah.
Or re-recording it.
You have to record it with your vocals because it wouldn't work with mine.
He demoed it, which is funny.
That one's never getting out there. Thank you.
All right.